I'm proud of our group. Obviously, we didn't make it easy. But at gut check time, we found a way to make the plays necessary to win the ball game. I think, Breezy made 3 or 4 hustle plays in that period of time that really got us going on the defensive end and allowed us to get out in transition. Those were big plays that saved possessions, got us extra possessions. So hats off to Breezy for making critical, intangible plays at timely moments.
Questions? Bill, go ahead.
Oh, just what did it mean for veterans like Bonner who have been in the league, stars in the league for so long and maybe not gotten their recognition before, it gained popularity to have this stage and kind of get their flowers tonight?
I think it's huge. It's she's 15 years in this league, and a player who's played in all types of games and all types of atmosphere, won championships, and to have a atmosphere like this and play in front of a crowd like this, I think it's incredible. It speaks to our continued growth as a league. It speaks to the women's basketball fans here in the New England area. And New England area sports fans in general. They're passionate about their sports, and I'm really thankful that our team and our players, they deserve this, and they got an opportunity to experience it.
Emily, then Maggie.
Steph, I know you're playing around with the lineups right now, but in terms of bringing DB off the bench, just kind of what was the goal with that group, and how did you like that lineup compared to the previous couple?
Well, DB volunteered to come off the bench. She understands that it's about winning. And she also understands that there's emotion involved when it comes to starting or not starting. And so she came to us and talked to us, and she's like, look, I don't mind coming off the bench. I just want to win. I want to figure out what our best lineup is, our best rotation is. And I'm be ready to go no matter what. And so that's leadership, right? That's sacrifice. That's putting the team above everything else. And so I'm thankful to her for that moment. I don't know if I still like it. Right. I think we're still trying to find out what is the right combination. We've had some inconsistencies in starts all season long. So for us trying to find out not just the right lineup to start with, but then what the rotation looks like. And I feel like a broken record. I've been saying this for such a long time, but getting new pieces and figuring out who complements whom well in the flow of the offense. There were some things that I really liked about tonight, and there were some things that I didn't. So we'll continue to tinker with it. The goal is to have it solidified before we head into September.
Maggie.
Kind of going off that, what did you see from Ty Harris today that really stood out? She was just really good from deep, especially in the first.
I felt like she did a great job of having command of our offense, really understanding what to get us into. Ty is still passing up too many shots for me. I think she's got opportunities to shoot open shots that she's not taking, and we need her to take them. But I liked how aggressive she got, but particularly at the end of the game. I felt like her decision-making, her aggressiveness to the rim, her finishing in traffic was really good.
Alexa.
Steph, when you guys are making that last push in the fourth and the crowd was just going crazy. I don't know if you were so focused on the game, it was maybe, you were just focused on that, but to think about how that, you guys are 100 miles from home and the crowd was loud and into it in that moment. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it's incredible. That the crowd certainly gave us a boost in crunch time when we needed it. There was no doubt about it. It's obviously a crowd that appreciates the hustle plays and appreciates the time and score situations and our team executing in those situations, but gave us a lift. And it was much needed. But you're right, 100 miles from our home, and it absolutely was a home game. And again, I just cannot emphasize enough just how thankful and grateful I am that our players got to experience this, because they deserve it. We've experienced it sometimes on the road, but not 19,000 for a home game, and it was just a lot of fun.
Vicky.
Steph, you went on a 14-0 run at the end. Just they got a couple of free throws, but just like you said, like the breezy diving play, and then just you guys were coming off a loss, but you found a way to finish that one really well. Like what gave you that little boost?
It's a competitive group, and they feed off of one another. Breezy had a hustle play. She had a charge drawn. Those couple of things gave us a little bit of bounce, gave us a little bit of lift. We got some offense from our defense, which is what we needed because we were struggling again on the offensive end of the floor. So creating offense from our defense has always been one of the strengths for us. And everybody bought into doing the little things that it was going to take. It wasn't pretty, certainly. I mean, but at the same time, finding a way to win, there's something to be said about that in this league. And our group was able to do it.
Azer.
Hey, Coach White. Yeah, since the Olympic break, we haven't talked to you since then. But Deschanel, if you could just speak about her. I mean, when she came into the beginning of the year, we always knew she was a contributor to the team. But this year, you making her the starter, everybody maybe had doubts, but she's defensively shut down or held the best offensive player. And then in clutch time, she's made clutch shots, clutch plays. Can you just speak to her play and what you saw that you believed in her being the starter this season?
Well, she earned it. Dejanay has been in a number of roles throughout the course of her career. And when it comes time for you to step into a starting role, whether it's, losing players from trades or free agency or whatever it may be, you got to be ready. And she earned it. She didn't start last year, but she finished a lot of games, right? So I think that the trust has always been there. It's about, can you do it for longer periods of time consistently? And she's shown that she can. I think Nay is a front runner for most improved player. I think Nay is a candidate for a first team all defensive team. And, we look at numbers all the time, and she's consistently holding opponents' best perimeter players under their averages to poor shooting percentages. I mean, she's just, she's a great defensive player, and you see that she can score as well. So for her, she's found the balance throughout the course of the season of when to get hers on offense, but understanding how much we need her on the defensive end of the floor. And, I think she had 4 rebounds tonight, but she's also a really good rebounder for us from the perimeter position. So she's been critical. But I think her growth's been a natural progression and just a result of her hard work, and she's earned the opportunity and she's taken it and run with it.
Curious, just as a coach, can you notice moments when your team kind of recognizes, hey, like we might not be converting through our offense, but we can sort of score out of our defense a little bit? Like what changes? Is that just like flow of game, or is that something like a actual recognition thing? And then secondly, how do you actually feel when you step on the court?
Yeah, I mean, I think activity level. Our activity level is a clear indication of if we can create offense from defense. If we're anticipating, right? If we've got our hands, up and getting deflections that are creating steals, if we're early in our rotations, if we're executing at the point of our screens, if we're flat-footed and we're reacting and not dictating, it's going to be a long night for us, because we need to be able to play in transition. We need to be able to get up and down the floor, particularly while we're still trying to figure out, offensively where we're getting our flow. No, I don't love the fact that we missed 30 shots in the paint. I mean, we're 21 for 51 in the paint. We can maybe miss 15. We're 47% from the free throw line. Like, we had missed opportunities. But when you think about this league, and this league is a grind, finding ways to win is really important. And, I'm proud of our group for being able to do that. It doesn't need to be this difficult. So we've got to continue to focus on some of those little things, and we've got to minimize, those gaps that we're finding right now. But finding a way to win is important, and every win in this league is critical. What was the second part of the question? Sorry. Oh my God. It was incredible walking out there. I mean, it was, yeah, when they were doing our intro video, it's like I literally had tears in my eyes, and I think the last time that happened was in the 2015 finals. We were Game 5 in Minnesota, and it's just, I love this game, right? Like, I love this game. I love this league. When you've been a part of it in a lot of different ways, to have these incredible moments, it means a lot. And of course, as you age, you recognize the moment a little bit more than sometimes when you're younger. It's something I'll never forget. I hope our players don't either.
Last question, Alex in the front.
I was intrigued that the floor traveled with you from Connecticut. I was curious if that was always the plan to bring it with you.
I'm sure it was, right? Like it's home court, right? I'm sure it was. And, logistically, kudos to our people because logistically, pulling this off and bringing everything that we needed to do to make it happen. And, it's a big project and we know that. And we're all incredibly appreciative of it, thankful and grateful for this opportunity. But yeah, we wanted to play on our home court for sure.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.